What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to the Arizona Coyotes franchise mode. Last episode was our opening episode. We made some trades, tried to acquire some young talent for this team going forward, and simmed a little bit and played a game. Now, I ended up simming to the trade deadline, where we stand 30, 28, and 3. We are currently 5th in our division, which is pretty good, but still could be one of the last teams in the league. If I'm not mistaken, I think we are maybe 12th worst, if I'm not mistaken. But also, I think for teams that we're looking out for, like Montreal I think is down there a little bit too. They are 22nd, so they're 10th worst. I think we are like the 12th worst, maybe. Did I pass us? Yeah. So Montreal is there. Okay, so we are 8th worst. Montreal is 10th worst. So possibly still 2 lottery picks coming our way. Like I said, I don't want to make the playoffs. I want to get picks for this next draft because it's pretty deep. Taking a look at our players, Nick Schmaltz leading the way with 45 points in 61 games. Kessel sitting pretty well. Same thing with Gusev. I know we're scoring pretty good. You know, players are about like a point and a half per game. But this episode, obviously, it's trade deadline day. Pretty much. And there are some players who I want to trade and obviously maybe trade for. I have been doing scouting. I also saw a couple comments of how we should trade Phil Kessel. And that seemed to be always the move. I want to trade Phil Kessel. Because obviously he's expiring. Obviously, I'm sure he sims well, but he's getting old. And he's not really used for us. Now, before we get started, I just want to show you. We have signed 2 contracts. We signed Dylan Strome to a 2-year extension worth $4 million a year. I think it's a pretty good price. He has been playing pretty well, and hopefully next year we get chemistry and better line mates for him, and he could play even better. Next, we also signed Vitaly Kraftsoff. He's up to an 80 overall. He has, 19 goals, 16 assists, 35 points. Looks like he might finish with 40 points and 20 goals. Not a bad season for him. We signed him for, I think, 3 years for 4 years. So that's not a bad contract for him. Obviously, if we get him better line mates, he could sim more. So, now I'm going to take you guys to a couple of the trades I'm going to make. So, taking a look at our trade block, we have Barrett, Hayden, and Phil Kessel. Now, Phil Kessel was always going to be traded. But Barrett, Hayden, he's 21 years old, 79 overall, medium, top 6. You know, he's simming. I think he's, playing our 3rd line. He's good 2-way centerman, but we already have what's his name? Nick Schmaltz, who sims well and is a 2-way. I don't really play well with too many 2-ways. I kind of like centers to be either snipers or whatever like that. Even though he's a pretty balanced player all around, I just don't think he's in our long-term plans. Since we already picked up Dylan Strome, we still have Nick Schmaltz, and we could also probably pick up, somebody in the draft who's a center. So there's a prospect who I noticed on a team that seems to be contending, I guess. Yes, Edmonton Oilers, who are having a dominant year. I want to see how much points McDavid has. Connor McDavid currently has, 77 points, 34 goals. Seems like he's going to have a 40-goal year and possibly 100-point season. Now, the prospect I was looking at is Philip Broberg, 6'3" Swedish defenseman. I believe drafted in a year after, Barrett Hayden, a 2-way defender, which we do have a good amount of 2-way defenders, but he's left-handed. We don't really have much left-handed defensemen as of right now. We have Chychrun, Soderstrom. If we could add Broberg, and then we still have Lyubushkin, and then, Stralman's probably not going to make a return. So I think Broberg is the guy. Now, hold on a second. Let me not do this. Because the reason why I'm kind of going to make this trade is because, one, Broberg's on the trading block, and also when I did find trade for him, it was a trade that I was kind of okay with, and that involves Barrett Hayden. So let's come over to, and I guess you kind of look at it. I don't know if Edmonton really needs a center, but obviously they have a lot of scoring centers. I guess they could use a young 2-way center for the future. Obviously, if Draisaitl is playing left wing, they could use another center. So Philip Broberg, 20 years old, 72 overall. I think maybe he'll finish the year in the AHL. Maybe we could play him. Maybe not. But here's a trade. Barrett, Hayden, and 2 7th-round picks. I'm okay with trading 7th-round picks. It's basically just Barrett, Hayden for Philip Broberg straight up. And I'm going to accept this. This is a trade I want to do. I never had Philip Broberg in franchise, and I definitely would like to try to develop him. And him and Soderstrom, nice Swedish, that could be a nice Swedish pairing. So, going to accept that. We have to bring somebody up. Of course. I think I'm going to have to bring up, a centerman. Do we have... Oh, no, we have Anisimov. We'll just bring up somebody, so it, just bring up, I don't know. Just bring up a defenseman, whatever. It's fine. So, come to NHL lines. I might just best lines for now. Because I'm going to have the best lines for now. And then, obviously, after the trade deadline. So, I'm just going to best lines. I just want to see... Yeah, whatever. Is Broberg... Yeah, Broberg's in right now. So, there it is. That's the trade. We get Philip Broberg. Nice young Swedish defenseman. So, that is trade number 1. Trade number 2 is going to involve Phil Kessel now. There's a team that is also contending and has 3 pretty good prospects on the trading block. But I'm not going to trade for them. And that team is New York Rangers. We already made a trade with what's his name? Vitaly Kraftsoff, sending them a second and a centerman in, what's his name? Galchenyuk, even though they probably would have wanted a little bit more. But Galchenyuk obviously gives them depth, and he's been playing pretty good with them. So here are the 3 prospects: Niels Lundqvist, Matthew Robertson, and Brandon Schneider. Niels Lundqvist, you'd think I would jump all over him. Phil Kessel in 4th. You know, obviously I think Phil Kessel makes a lot of sense with the Rangers. They're one of the top teams in the league. He's still a great scorer, and this is a contending team I think would be great for him. But I'm not going to go with Niels Lundqvist because he's a two-way. We already have too many two-ways, and we just added another one. There's a player who I want on the team that I think they'd rather trade, and that is Zach Jones. Medium top 6, 21 years old, offensive defenseman. And we have no offensive defenseman in the pipeline. Obviously, we could add someone to draft, but that's somebody who I want. Now, we easily could just do this. 2/5, I would do that in a heartbeat, but no. That's not really realistic, and he's also not on the trade block. But I think they'd rather trade him than Niels Lundqvist. There's also another player who's in the AHL, Julian Gautier, who usually swims pretty well, who it seems like they're not using him. I'm also going to add him to the trade. Now, obviously, you trade for both of them. Phil Kessel straight up. I wouldn't mind that. But also there's another player in Libor Hayek who seems like they're not using him at all, defensive defenseman, who we could also maybe develop. Obviously, he's coming on a contract here. I don't really know what his contract that he's going to be asking for. Also, same thing with Gautier. If we could get them for pretty cheap and then play them in the NHL next season. So all 3 of them. For Phil Kessel, a 4th and a 5th. This trade is going to be the trade we are going to do. We get a pretty young power forward who plays pretty well when you get him the chemistry. Even though we have some power forwards, but we can maybe move on from some if, Lawson Cross, obviously, if we want to move that cap and we could get Gauthier for cheap. We get Hayek if we want to maybe move Lyubushkin, because Lyubushkin actually has pretty good trade value. And we also now get Zach Jones, an offensive defenseman that we never had. And we get Phil Kessel, a team that we could possibly win his 3rd Stanley Cup with. So this is the second trade we're going to do. Boom. We need... Which I'm actually going to play Zach Jones now. So let me get this going. Let me see. Well, we have 21 to 21 skaters. I don't know why it's telling me. We still have Connor Timmins, Hayek, and is Gauthier up here? And Gautier's up. Okay. So I'm just going to best lines right now, because I'm going to go through the trade deadline, and then we'll do that. So, boom. There we go. So we added some more young talent on this team. We trade away Phil Kessel. Now, Ilya Lyubushkin, he's got pretty good value because I guess he's having a good season. 8 goals for a defensive defenseman, not bad. He's 27. Seems like he's not going to get any better. So I might actually just trade him now to give Hayek that spot. So we get Antti Ranta. No, we could get Elvis Merzlikins. Now, that's not a bad trade because Merzlikins 85 overall, and for some reason they want to trade him. And they're being a buyer, and I guess they want to add. Now, if we wanted to get him and he could be our goalie, I mean, that's not a bad goalie. And we also get a 5th and a 7th. It's not bad at all. I just don't know what his next contract's going to be like. If he's going to ask for a lot of money or we get him for pretty cheap. So let me just exit out of that and just see the other trades we get for Lyubushkin. So we either get Merzlikins, which I didn't really think too much about Lyubushkin. Either get Merzlikins, definitely not Antti Ranta. We get a second from the Rangers, second from the Blues. So we get a 2nd, a 3rd, or Elvis Merzlikins. I got to think about this real quick. Is he the goaltender we want to go with? We might as well get him. but then also it makes our team better because our goaltender right now is Carter Hutton. Because if we could maybe then sign him for like 2 years at the same price, that won't be bad. Because I think with Columbus, somehow they have Tuukka Rask, and I guess they don't want 2 goaltenders. And I guess with this, it gives them an extra defenseman for playoffs. But do we just want to add another second and a third for, I think, 2 years? 2 years draft, or we want to actually get an 85 overall goaltender who actually could possibly be our guy? You know what? I'm going to do this trade. I didn't really think about this with Lyubushkin, but I think this is too good to pass up. So we're going to get Elvis Merzlikins to be our new goaltender, which could be a little iffy because, I mean, he might help us, our team now. I'll just send down this guy. So we have Elvis Merzlikins, obviously, as our new starting goaltender, which is good. You know, I'm not upset with that. I like that. So now, I think that's all the trades we're going to do. Those are really the guys I wanted to trade. Let me just take a look at what kind of contracts these players want, because if we could just sign them right now, I'll do that. And hopefully they want extensions. So Strawman, Dzingel, I don't really know if they're going to come back. Kraus, Hayek does want an extension. He is an RFA, so we have time with him. I don't know why I'm doing that. So he wants 2 years at $2 million, just basically a prove me contract. I'm not really all for that. I would like a 1.5. So we could wait on that. Gautier obviously wants an extension too. All right, I'm kind of liking that. 2 years at 1.7. I'll do that with Julian Gautier. I'll offer him that right away. And Zach Jones obviously is signed. We don't have to worry about him. So goalies, oh, huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Merzlikins, which is not a bad price. 5.4 is not a bad price at all. But for 5 years, I would like that from being maybe a 3-year deal. So, but that could be an easy contract to trade if we want to. So that's news to me. So Merzlikins is actually signed for a pretty decent deal. And he's 85 overall. He always gets up to maybe an 87. I know he's the exact starter, but he's still pretty young. So that is all the trades I think I'm going to do. I think now it's time to go into the trade deadline. Go into this madness. I don't think there's really anybody else I want to trade. Unless I want to try to trade like Strawman to get picks for him, stuff like that. But we could always find trade. Let me actually just edit the trading block, because then if people just send me trades, I'll do that. Just basically trade everybody on our trading block. Alright, so, Nick Schmaltz is no, he's not going to be traded. I kind of like Schmaltz, he seems pretty well. We'll throw Gusev up there just because he's got pretty good trade value, and we signed him for nothing. Kraus has pretty good trade value if we want to trade him, since we just added, Gautier. Timmins, we could throw him up there too, just because we added another 2A. Gautier, and we'll throw Strawman up there too, in case somebody wants him. So we'll basically throw a bunch of guys up on the trading block, and if we get a couple second round picks for them, that would be nice too. So we're going to go into the trade deadline. We're just going to advance the day. So, hey, it's Pro Scout. Before we head into the trade deadline, I wanted to see, I think we're going to be a seller. We're obviously just going to be a seller. I mean, that stuff doesn't really matter. So let's enter the trade deadline and see who is on the block. Marc-Andre Fleury, John Klingberg, Matthias Ekholm Forsberg, basically guys with 1 year expiring. Nick Suzuki, was he not? What? I don't know why. Is he playing? Has he played, or he just signed a contract? I guess I start. I don't know if I started the league before him, before he signed. I'm just gonna do available. Marc-Andre Fleury, top forward prospect. Ooh, we have a trade. Maple Leafs trade 2 first, Mikko Kukkinen and Abramov for Ekholm and Nick Cousins and Benning. Wow. Maple Leafs get a nice defenseman in Ricardo Rakell, Cam Fowler, while the Ducks are cleaning house. Josh Bailey, Josh Manson, Drieger, Subban. Ilya Sorokin, I really thought about him. I think he would have been a good guy to get. He's been on the train block the whole season. Chara, it's really top goalie prospect for Chara. Really no reason to get him. It's really, obviously, Ante Strawman. Trade alert. Sharks trade Hurdle, a third of the Wild, the exchange for a first, and Hunter Jones, basically. Interesting. So, There's really nobody available who I would like to target. I'm just going to find trade for guys who are on our trading block. We'll start with Gusev. I mean, even though I like Gusev, and since we signed him for nothing, Gusev for second, third, seconds, all seconds for Gusev. We could maybe hate on to Gusev for one more year and then trade him for those seconds. Lawson Krause, like I said, if we want to trade him, because we do have Gautier and we could play Gautier the rest of the season. You know, Krause, seconds. I might just do that. I want a 2022 second. The Calgary Flames. Edmonton's really good. Rangers are good. Pittsburgh. I'll trade Lawson Krause to the Calgary Flames for, wait, a second and a fifth. Can I get a second? Ooh, Edmonton will give me a third, though, in next year's draft. You know what? I'll go with Edmonton's because I get a third in next year's draft. We're going to send Lawson Krause to a Canadian team. That trade is done. So then we could just put what's his name there, Gautier. Let's check out what Connor Timmins, even though I kind of like Connor Timmins. He's still pretty young. Third and fourth. I don't really think that's worth it. Trade alert from the Blackhawks. They trade Marc-Andre Fleury. Trade third and DeHaan to the Rangers. Exchange for a first. Wow, interesting. Who else do we have in the trading block? Might as well just deal Strawman. I don't really think I'm going to bring him back. And we have Hayek that can play his spot. Strawman for a third, fourth. We'll get the third next year's draft. There goes Anton Strawman. Just clearing house, clearing cap space. It's really what we're here to do. Who else is on that trading block? I think just Timmins and Gusev. So I don't know if we want to trade Gusev right now for a second. Trade coming in. Vancouver trades OU Levy. I don't know why he's, I guess, for just a prospect trade. Yeah, I guess OU Levy was still on the team. I guess I didn't get the... Yeah, I think I started this franchise just before the open night roster came out. For the... What's it called for the... So you see our picks. We still have high first-round picks. So, okay, that's all the players I think I'm going to trade now. There's really nobody on the market I want. I mean, John Klingberg would be good, but I'd rather try to get him in free agency. You know, he's offensive defenseman, right-handed, which we just added a left-handed offensive defenseman. We could find trades. It's nothing. Might as well just try to find trades with these guys to see what teams are asking for. Nobody's really interested, obviously, because we don't really have any assets. Nick Suzuki, that's an interesting one. Hampus Lindholm. Ricard Raquel. Cam Fowler. Josh Bailey. Let me go down. Ryan Getzlaff, that's an interesting one. Damn. 45-year-old Charlie, I don't want to trade him to us. Who else is available? Malcolm Subban. He would be a good backup. Do they want him? That would have been an interesting guy to get as a backup. Matthew Perreault, Mike Kempy, Ryan DeZingle. For some reason, he is on our trading block. Might as well find trade for him because I don't really know if I want to bring him back. Fifth rounds, fifth, fourth. We could bring him back. I mean, if we could get a third for him, that would have been nice. But really nobody I'm interested in. You know, it's a lot of just veterans. We have another trade. Florida trades Mackenzie Weegar exchange for a first and a second. Wow. Interesting that Weegar is on the trade block. Hornquist is there. Frank Vetrano. Two-way forward? Nah. Jason Demers. Joe Thornton, 42 years old. Kempy. Nachari. Yeah, there's really nothing on this. I might just Johan Larsson, who we have. I mean, we're not really using him. If somebody wants him, they could take him. I don't even know he was on our trade block. 7. I mean, I guess we might as well just get some assets for a guy we're not using. Why not? I don't know. I think that might be it. The trade deadline's over in 5 minutes. You know, yeah, obviously teams will make trades if I skip it, but because there's really nobody else we want. People want Antoine Roussel, they could take him. Well, I guess not. Jay Beagle, people want him, sure, but Timothy Liljegren, ooh. I'm not going to try to make a trade with them. It seems like a lot of prospects here. Medium elite, Carson Lambo's a two-way defender from, who was this, Minnesota Wild? Interesting. Zach Dean, a playmaker. That's pretty much everybody available, so there's really nothing else, and there's really no other players I want to trade. So I might just call this a deadline. I might just, I could just exit, right? Yeah, I think I'm just going to exit. I don't want to really waste time with me just sitting here watching people just get traded. Obviously, I think it'll show us. So we're just going to exit the deadline. And we'll see. I think does it bring us to the final trade? I think list. Okay, so here's some trades that went through. Oh, these are just all the trades. So Toronto got Ekholm, Cousins, and Benning. They gave up 2 first-round picks and a couple prospects. Not bad. Florida gets a first and second for Mackenzie Weegar. That's a pretty good trade. I don't really know what Florida's situation is, but I guess that really is the big trades. How can you go to like trades? Isn't there a way to see all the trades? Alright, whatever. So doesn't really make a difference to us. So I'm gonna come to roster moves. I'm going to bring up some guys. And obviously send some people down to centers. Yeah, we could play Anisimov, sure. Left wing, Yaskin. I don't know why Roussel's up. Right wings, Gautier's here. Zach Jones is here. Hayek's here. Okay, is there anybody in the system we want to bring up? I mean, do we want to play Broberg for the rest of the season? I mean, can we? What else do we have? You know, we have Chikrin. We could if we want to play him instead of this guy, Kyle Cambianco. Could do that. Do you want to do that? I mean, it would burn a year off his contract, I think, but it might get burned off anyway, just because he's playing his first year pro. And obviously, of course, we have Elvis Merzlikins. So we kind of got better, and we got better, I guess, as a team and goalie-wise, but we also kind of, you know, might hurt our chances. It might either, I don't know, but also got better prospect-wise. So I'm going to try to just put this together. We'll go Dylan Strome, Kraftsoff, and anybody else, I'll give them a plus. No. Gusev, we got 2 playmakers. Do we have yeah, I'm definitely going to want to put Gauthier up. He's playing with, what, 2 two-ways? Yaskin's a power forward if we want to move him up. No, he's not going to get anywhere. Yeah, we'll just keep that. Well, this guy, no. Gauthier, maybe switch with one of these guys. No. So we'll just keep Gauthier there just because it's +1. Defense, so Chikrin, obviously. Soderstrom, Chikrin, can he get a plus with... Soderstrom fits the top line pretty well. Zach Jones, how does he fit with this team? So he fits the top lines pretty well. So if we went Hayek and Kyle Cambianco, but Hayek... Well, obviously, this Hayek gets a +2 with this guy. Actually, if we take this guy out and put Broberg in, well, Hayek. I think Hayek will get +2, so we could play Broberg on the. No, he doesn't. But he still gets a +2, so we could play Hayek with that. Zach Jones obviously doesn't get a plus with any of these guys, so we'll just do that. That'll be our defense. And I really don't care about the power play or any of that. Actually, I do care about the power play. Let me just throw, like, Zach Jones in the power play. That's really all I really care about. Just to give him that power play minutes. And I'll also throw Broberg on the power play to give him extra minutes, too. And that will be that. Whatever, that's fine. I'm just going to throw Nylander out there instead of and we'll do that. We'll put Strome there. And actually no, we'll throw who is just out here? Gusev. Throw Gauthier out there maybe. Well, Gauthier actually fits this really well. That's fine. We'll keep Gauthier out there. Yeah, that's really all I'm going to want to do right now. Okay, sounds good, sounds good. All right, so I got to say the trade deadline wasn't that bad. I kind of want to get to the end of the season because I might want to go into the. I would definitely want to try to get the draft, but I don't know yet. So, captains and jerseys. Just see certain numbers. Well, actually, Phil Kessel's got traded, so we need another A. Oh, it's on Keller. Yeah, I'll keep Keller with that. Gautier is number 16. I think he's number, 15? Who's 15? Nisimov? I forget Nisimov. Give Gautier's 15, even though I think he's more 12, but 12 might be taken. Who else do we have? Zach Jones obviously can't be 6. I don't really know what number he wore in college, but we'll give him number 2. Little Brian Leach, offensive defenseman look. And who else do we add? Hayek's 28, that's fine. Doesn't really make a difference. All right, so I think I might sim. We'll just sim a couple days just to see if Hayek, well, at least Gauthier signed a contract. He does. What was that, 2 years at like 1.5 is good. All right, so obviously we'll see how our team does. I hope we do a little bit worse. Hopefully it doesn't really kill Merge Lincoln's potential. So I'm just going to sim to the end of the season. I'm going to skip ahead. We're not going to play another game because I kind of want to get the offseason. So let me. All right, so here we are in the last game of the season, and we actually got worse. We finished last in our division, which is good. I kind of I checked out the stats. I think we are 3rd to last in the league. I think Montreal they got better, and I think Avalanche have claimed our division. So those 2 picks might be a little bit lower. I think Montreal, they might not. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're still in the battle. So we could get maybe a lucky lottery pick there. But we definitely have a nice pick coming our way with our pick. So I'm not going to get into the stats. Obviously Nick Schmaltz still leading the way. 58 points. I mean, that's a good sim. And we all lost another game. So I'll just run through our points. Just so you guys can see. I mean, Nick Schmaltz, that's good production for a team that we really didn't have. So you get 58 points. Keller at 51. Not bad. But like I said, we don't have chemistry really with these guys. 49 for Strome. Goose at 46, 45. Chikrin had a nice year at 41. Nylander almost a 40-point season. Like I said, with no chemistry with these guys are pretty good. Broberg, Jones, and Hayek kind of struggled. Didn't put up too much points in the 20 games they were here. And another guy who kind of struggled, which I don't know really but obviously we're not really a good team yet, is Elvis Merzlikins. He came in with a 9-2-1 at 6-7. He came in 4-12-1 with 8-9-6, 3 goals against. But is what it is. If he's not the guy, we could always try to trade him. But our season's over, and we finished one of the worst teams in the league. Just the way I kind of want to finish this season. We got some young players. I think Kraftsoff's up to an 81 now. Soderstrom is at a 79. Obviously we had Dylan Gunther play the whole year in the OHL or WHL, wherever he's in. He got up to a 76. He might be up to a 77, so he will play in the NHL next season. Definitely want him, and we definitely have to find a coach. So I might save that stuff. I think we'll do actually, I might have to think about it. No, I don't think we're going to do the draft yet. I think we are going to save the draft. Okay, look at this. Season's already done. Washington Capitals win the Stanley Cup, and then Ontario Reign win the Calder Cup. So I think I'm going to say, we got the 2nd overall pick. The Montreal made the playoffs. So we were 2nd in the last league, and we stayed. Wow, we almost got that first, but that's fine because I didn't really want the 1st overall pick because I've had Shane Wright before, and I definitely want to use someone different. Wow, Columbus's pick is 4th from Chicago. That's crazy. But we can maybe even try to package our picks to move up in the top 10. So let's just view the draft class real quick to see what we could possibly get. So we have Shane Wright. Obviously, I know he's a playmaker. We have this guy, Mikhail Kravchenko. I think he's created, and he's actually ranked 1st on what is this rank? Scout rank, and I think he's a sniper. We don't really have him scouted. He's not really that good, but I think I've seen also we have Brad Lambert, who's a center playmaker. Immediately, I know that for a fact. I created Ivan Miroshchenko. I think I made him a playmaker if I'm not mistaken. Jakub Emelin seems like another Russian. And then I know Matthew Savoie, I think he's a playmaker, medium elite. This guy, David Jarek, he's a medium elite 2A. And then you have Connor Geekie, who's ranked 9th. So maybe we could try to trade back into the top 10 and maybe get Connor Geekie, a 6'4" power forward. But I actually might try to get this created Russian, what is his name? Mikhail Kravchenko. Might try to get him. If he's a sniper, I kind of wish I knew what he was, though. But I think he's either a sniper or a playmaker. But he might be, since he's created, he might be like an 82 off the bat. But I think Shane Wright is going to be going to the San Jose Sharks. I know he's a playmaker. I don't really care about retired players. So, you know what? I am going to... Oh, Vitaly Kraftsoff, he's a coach. Now, scouts, that's fine. Ooh, we should get Char as a scout. Following coaches are retired from the league. Whatever. That's another thing. I'm going to have to... You know what? Let's do some draft interviews before we end this. Yeah, I'm going to end this episode. I'm going to... I'm going to have to think about it. I want to interview Mikhail. Let's see what he's like. Thank you so much for meeting me. I'm excited potential of being drafted by a team. Let's see. Let's chat about your strengths and weaknesses. We chat about your style of play. Let's talk about the type of person you are. I want to hear style of play. What are you, Mikhail? I'm very interested in talking about my style of play. Okay. Well, what is your style of play? Can you give me a quick breakdown how you play in the ice? How ready do you think you are in the NHL? Playing style or NHL ETA? I kind of want to know his playing style. Let's see. I don't really give it... My shot is my best asset. So he's a sniper. Okay. I like to use it as much as possible. I'll put the puck in the net for you. So that would be good if we get him, because obviously we have Keller, we have Strome, we have Nylander. We have all these playmakers. And then we have Gunther coming up, and we could add him as well. So we know he's a sniper. So I don't really care about NHL readiness. I think he is NHL ready. Let's try to get to another topic. Play style, we are not personality. I don't really care. Let's go with the strengths and weaknesses. Strengths. Let's see what his biggest weakness is. I don't really care. I'm more of a skilled player, so okay, that's fine. And we might as well hear his strengths. I kind of like this, so I actually figured out from this that he's a sniper. Has to be my shot. I feel like I can nail better than most. Okay, that's okay. All right, Mikhail, I really appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Alright, so we know he's a sniper. So I'm really glad to hear that. I'm going to interview... Oh no, not Miroshnichenko. I want to interview Jakub Emlin. Another seemed to be created. So I'm definitely going to go to play style. I know he's, I think he was medium elite, but I just don't know what his play style is. So let's see what his play style is. Can you give me a quick breakdown of your playing style? Jakub, I think making passes, so he's a playmaker. Okay. See how ready he is for the NHL. I feel like I'm ready to make impact in the NHL right now. Nice. Alright. Might as well go new topic. Obviously, we'll talk about his skill. We'll see. His weakness is probably going to be... He's probably going to be his physical stats because he's only 5'9". It's probably more of a skill player. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So now we have a playmaker Russian. Alright. I kind of like doing these interviews. They're pretty cool. NHL ready, weakness physical, and playmaker. Because that's really the big thing I want to get out of these guys. And we can only do 3 interviews. That's interesting. Edgar Yerman and Miroshnichenko, I think I know is a playmaker. I made him. I totally forgot. Brad Lambert, we know is a playmaker. But that's good that we know what Mikhail Kraftsoff is, because this is a guy who I think I might get. Shane Wright, I obviously know he's a playmaker. He's like an 82 or something. So we'll leave it at that. Actually, I can't. Can I still interview guys? I want to do one more. I think I should be able to. Can I still? Let me see. I wanted to kind of look at goalies because we need a goalie prospect. And there's this goalie who is... Damn it. I have him watched. Well, here's a medium starter, hybrid. But I have him watched. I think he's the best ranked goalie. And he's projected to go in the second round. So we could probably try to get him with our second round picks. Hopefully he's medium elite. So I'll definitely have to watch out for him. So, okay, well, all our draft interviews are conducted. I'm not going to do the draft. I'm actually going to end the episode here. I thought I wanted to do the draft. I think next episode we'll do the draft. Because I definitely want to... I'll definitely try to... Actually, I can't see... Well, I'll take a look at trade block, see if I can see any teams who want to trade their first round picks. But I actually don't know. What other picks do we have? Can I see that? Let me see if I go to trade block and go to my trade block. I guess Montreal made the playoffs. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Chikrin's up to an 87. That's good. Gunther's a 79. Serge is 79. Kraftsoff 83. Nice. Forward's up to a 73. Keller's up to an 86. Nice. Oh, sorry about that. Alex Nylander's up to an 81. So guys really developed. That's good. So we have the first. Oh no. Can I not see? I can't even see what the pick is, whatever. Well, it looks like they're both 20s, so we could maybe try to package those picks to move up if a team wants to give up. So that is going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Trade deadline was a success. We added a lot of young players, a lot of assets. We end up actually becoming worse after the trade deadline, which is good. And we get the second overall pick, and it seems like we could draft a nice medium elite sniper to go along with Dylan Guenther, who's coming in to the mix, because we have a lot of playmakers. I really don't think we need any more playmakers. But then maybe we could try to trade up, and maybe get Connor Geeky, a center power forward. That would be pretty nice too. So, hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you guys in the next one. Next episode, we'll go to the draft, go to the offseason, and then maybe starts the second season. So, I'll see you guys next one.